Hello and welcome back to Pokéblocks. Now, if things look a little bit different, that's because I thought I'd welcome you to a little Christmas Advent tradition of mine. It's become a tradition of mine of late. This Lego Star Wars Advent calendar, as you can probably tell. So I thought I'd do one of those sort of trendy things of doing an Advent series, video every day of where I open this every day and we look at it. I've placed it underneath my Christmas tree, which, as you can see, is Star Wars decorated. And instead of a star, that's the only star you really need, Star Pilot with the Resistance, Poe Dameron. So here we go. Here's this year's Advent calendar, and to the sides I actually have all of the previous ones. I know it looks like 2012 is missing, but trust me, it's not. I just got a really beaten up one that had been in the back of a cupboard somewhere several years later, and it can't actually stand up on its own. So I thought we could use that to compare sort of rebuilds that they do, because they do tend to recycle a lot of the ideas. So that way we can compare them. I don't know. If people like that, we'll keep that in. If they don't, we'll just drop it and we'll just look at the new one. I don't know. We'll see. This is mostly an experiment, hence why we're in a slightly different location and what is actually a rather uncomfortable position for me. But, we'll work things out. We'll see how it goes. We've got, 24 days. 24 days to see actually how I can make this work. So yeah, this just started as a joke with the 2013 one, and then it turns out it was pretty cool, and I got the rest. So let's take a look at this year, shall we? So that's your front cover. I've got apparently with this, where am I going with it? So yeah. That's you get a holiday exclusive figure with every one, which is usually, up until this year, been a Santified version of someone. This time we've got a Snow Wookiee, or Snow Chewbacca, as he's called. It actually is Chewbacca. Cool. There we go, some festive fun, some wrapping paper, and there's the back, so you get a little bit more idea of what the ones we're getting. Cool. Okay. Oh, I probably should have got a knife or something to cut this open with, because it's going to be really fiddly. And there we go. That's open, so you can get a rough idea. You get this little playmat thing, but basically just get an idea of what planets it's going to be based on. So it looks like we've got Tatooine, Naboo, and of course, Hoth, which conveniently are planets I have on my tree. Naboo, Hoth, and Tatooine, and the Death Star. Also Coruscant at the back, because I really hated the political scenes in the prequels. I don't know, I didn't put a lot of thought into it. Yeah, there we go. I can already tell from looking at this that they've put the numbers in all the same places they always do. Before we open it, let's look at previous years. So in 2011, we would have got the Republic Cruiser, as it's seen at the beginning of episode 1. Does it have a proper name? Yes, it's a consular class cruiser. Consular class cruiser. 2012 would have brought the Gungan ship, which I'm pretty sure is just called Gungan ship. 2013, R5F7, that droid. 2014, a Clone Wars era AAT. 2015, Jabba's sail barge. And 2016 brings us, let's move closer. brings us oh, it's a slave 1. Here we go. So let's get building using the very undetailed instructions. Oh dear. That's not where that goes. There we are. Right. Let's readjust that. There we are. So they've actually done a slave 1 before. They've actually done it twice. Once with the prequel colouring and again with the original trilogy colouring. So you've got both Django's and Boba's. I don't remember what days they were, so we'll just need to wait and see, and then we can do a comparison. But they were the same build. This is a new build. What are they doing here? Right. This looks to be the original trilogy colouring. So this is Boba's. That goes like that. Okay, sure. And then we just do the same again on the other side. Can you see what I'm doing alright? Where I'm sort of blocking the light, I'll need to change that. But hey, that's what this is for, right? It's a test. Well, it's not a test, we've got 24 days, I mean. Oops, and then we need one of those. Okay. And then, yep. One of those. One of these. Wait, what? Oh, it's a green piece. That goes in there, and this goes in here. Yeah? So there we are. There is our original trilogy, Boba Fett era, Slave 1. You know, actually, I think I prefer the older style one. This is a bit weird. I think it's just because they've got the studs on the top there. That's weird. Yeah. Well, there we go. So that's day 1. We've also got some spare pieces. So that's cool. It's the Slave 1. So yeah, I'll be putting these up every day. They won't all be as long as this, because obviously this is just, I did a lot of explanatory preamble. So, look forward to these every day. Make sure you're subscribed so you can catch them all. Make sure you give them a like, because YouTube really hates short videos. Really hates them. So, you know, make sure, oh dear, that's a bit squint. Make sure you do your best to support them through this, because YouTube will hate them. And I'll see you tomorrow. I'll probably be doing regular uploads as well. Sorry, should mention that. So keep tuned.